Today I've got some grain to haul. I'll be trucking, but I won't be super trucking because I'm not going very far from home, which is just fine with me. I can get quite a bit done if I don't have very far to go, so that's kind of nice. But I gotta check the oil in the truck, make sure it has some. Yeah, that looks. You don't use that side, you use this side on this truck. Da-da-da. Ya-di-da. Like that. Da-da. Ew. Icky. And now we fire it off and check the tires. Let's see if it starts. I'm sure it'll start. Do-do-do. This truck has a different starter than the other one. Had a new one put on a while ago, and the starter itself is significantly quieter than the old one. It just sounds different. It sounds a lot nicer. I don't know if it's any better or not, but it sounds good. Those sound good. Just walk around, check them all. They'll thump different if it's different air pressure. This is a lot quicker than actually putting a gauge on all 16 tires. And sometimes when you put the gauge on, it'll not quite set the center of the valve stem back, and it'll continue to leak. And then you'll end up with a low tire from checking the tires to make sure they had enough air. Something else, this tread is different than this tread, and they sound different, but after you do this a while, you kind of figure out what's right and what's not. So it's those were all good. Let me just button her back up. We just button it back up. Okay. And let it warm up. And I get to rolling to get some grain to town. I got to start my little auger tractor, this little guy. Let's just see what we got. Pump that up. When this bin was new, it had a vertical unload on it, and you can see those two brackets up there where it used to attach to the side of the bin. And it would come out that auger and then go straight up another auger, and then it would have a spout to drop it in the wagon or the truck, which was pretty handy. You didn't need another auger to unload it. The trouble was those were always slow, and they always caused trouble because the other auger, to flow into it, it had to go down, and the bearing of that auger was basically in the ground and would often go bad. That was a high maintenance item, and we ended up taking that off years ago and just using a truck auger. Right now I'm using the bigger swing away augers. Also, to make it work to get another auger underneath there, we had to dig out the soil underneath it a little bit to get the auger to fit. And it works pretty good now. It's pretty tight. I actually had to go and get my, find a scoop shovel, another shovel, and scoop a little bit out down right in here on top of the soil, spread it around. But otherwise, I was having trouble getting this underneath. Something else we've changed in bins since everybody's learned a lot. You can see right here the ground is almost even with the top of the foundation. And that's not good when you go to run the auger out. And you can see this, it's close to the same level as the ground. On all the newer bins we build, we have at least 1 foot of foundation sticking up, if not 2 feet, to make sure that auger is up high enough to get an unload auger underneath it. Once the bin gets down, and we get the center hole drawn out, then there's a second lever I pull on the side, and there's a couple holes in the side to draw it down so I can get in this walk-in door, and then I'll turn on the power sweep. This bin has a power sweep. It's ran by the same electric motor that runs that unload, and there's the gearbox back in the bin, and there's a lever on the side of the bin over there, and on the bottom, and you pull that, shut it off, pull that lever out, move the pulley a little bit, make sure you get it engaged fully, turn it on, and away you go. You can see there's the center hole in the bend, which draws it down nice and evenly. And then I've opened these intermediate holes. There's one there, and there's one here. There's actually one more right here, but the slide is broken and it doesn't open with the other one. This bin is small enough that it really doesn't matter. And that right there is the power sweep. There's a gearbox down there that brings power up from the main unload auger to power it. Most bins that we carry a sweep in, and that's kind of a lot of work, the sweep and the motor. As you can see, I got the sweep auger running. I open these slides back up. I close it when you start it, then I open it back up once it gets past it. That way I finish cleaning them out. When I get in here to scoop, I can scoop to those holes too. And you just watch the corn come on down into the bit or into the auger. And if you get a big run, it'll push the sweep back just a little bit, and then it just keeps working its way ahead. See right there, it's going to push it back just a little bit, work its way back, and then when it catches up from that, it'll work its way back ahead. There's a wheel on the outside right here. It spins with the auger. It's a rubber wheel, and it's always pushing it ahead. See, it marks right ahead there. And you just follow this around with a broom and a shovel and get it all cleaned up. In the bin, getting it scooped out, always wear a dust mask. You don't want to breathe dust, no matter what kind of dust it is. Yeah, I've been here with the sweep auger running, and I stay away from it. Doesn't take a rocket scientist to keep your foot out of there. You're going to die, or at least lose a foot. Some people aren't that smart. Another thing I like to do, I learned a long time ago. Whoops, there it is. Open up the manhole and let some of the heat out, and then it lets the sunlight in, and it's a lot more enjoyable in here. Now, 2 days ago I cleaned out a bin. We had a nice south-facing door, south breeze, and it was actually pretty nice. Today it's a little hotter, don't have quite the breeze. That's all right. I'll get it done, take my time, go slow. This isn't all going to fit on the truck, so we'll take a break and get some good water break in there while I run it to town. So yeah, that's how you clean out a bin. I got my other bin empty. And I moved on to this bin. It was going great. I got 9 loads out of it in one day by myself. Hauling it and everything. That was pretty good. It was going really well. Until I got down to the bottom and I needed to open the other slide. Pull it off the side so I could get to the walk-in door. And I got a little greedy. And I plugged the auger. So now I get to work on this. If you enjoy watching me struggle, find this amusing, entertaining, or just like to watch me struggle, you should probably give this a like. And comment how smart I really am. And also subscribe. Let's see. Supervisor. Hello. Okay. Alrighty, have fun. Bye. Ta-da! Not in too much trouble. So yeah. It's going great. Woohoo! Success. Woo! Finally. Now I can go get the tractor and put it back on the auger. I had it on the grain vac to load a load of beans that I thought I needed to get to ADM. And it turns out the people called me yesterday that I didn't need to do that. I could have just taken it somewhere closer. But it's alright, I got a good workout. Jack down. I got this bin mostly empty. Hello! And we didn't quite get her done. Didn't fit all on the truck. So we got this much left. But I'm gonna do a different day. Probably not today. But I'm almost there. Almost got her done. Won't take much to get that done. Gotta put the tractor back on the auger and finish hauling corn out of that bin. That up. Yeah. Pops right off. Gotta warm up for a minute. Got my SOPs in there for unloading wagons or trucks and watching the bins. Let's see if how well the ooh, that was pretty smooth for an IH. Whoa, that was like butter compared to normal. Don't judge my backing skills. It's hard to do while you're running the camera. That ought to be a winner with the chicken dinner. Let me show you the beautiful way you get out of here. See, your knee rubs on the steering wheel, then your leg literally hits the shifter when it's in the park position. Some people like to leave it in neutral, so it'll roll away on you, and then you won't have the tractor and the problem anymore. And also the hydraulics, you can't reach them if you're of any normal height. You have to lean way down. So yeah, it's no wonder that IH got bought out by Case. And you gotta go down the steps super careful. The door opens the wrong way, and yeah, it's a whole thing. This is the correct way to hook up a auger like this. You use a bolt with 2 nuts and 2 big washers. That allows plenty of room as the auger goes up in the air for it to rotate. Not everybody does it that way, I know. Not everybody's right. There we go. That must be the fun part. Ha! It was lined up. That's dumb luck. Usually I have to put a bar in here and spin it. It's awesome. That could have made my day. I'm excited. Let's see. Fire up the BTO. Oh. Nice and smooth. Speed it on up. Give some gas. Diesel, actually. Gonna hit it, hold the slide, make it fly. When he's pulling the corn out of the center, like I explained on the other bin, then you got to open the side. The way they got this set up, to run that back there, drop in this very high-tech pin, whoops, like thusly so, and that will pull them both open. The side intermediate slides and the center. And we just gauge it. Got to turn this handle. Use this rack and pinion. That's actually a really good setup. Wish somebody that thought of that. Wish somebody saw that 40 years ago. Oh, almost getting a peek in the truck. Almost time to slide it ahead. I'm running light, like 70,000 or so. 70, maybe plus a little more. I don't know. On a 30-foot bin, when I open the intermediate slide on that, it is usually about a half a truckload. So I got the back offer of the truck to fill back here. Then that'll get me finished off, and then I can turn on the power sweep. Normally I follow it around with a broom and a shovel, but it's kind of hot. So I think I'm just going to let it go and try something different. I try running it around all the way once, scoop the outside in, ways, and then run it again and see how that works. Other people talk about doing it that way, but it's just, to me it seems like it's going to take a lot more time. But if you don't try it, you never know. So we'll see. We'll see if I get impatient and just go scoop. Something I almost don't want to point out, but you see there's a fair amount of sticks here, and in the center there's some sticks right in there. I'll zoom in on that and get a better look. See? There's a lot of sticks in there, and that's more than normal. And that's because this is derecho corn. The corn was blown over, and it was very difficult to combine. This was my worst field that went in this bin, so I had the most trouble doing a good job on this corn. And I'm actually pretty pleased with how this is coming out. It could have been a lot worse. But I air dried it down to 15%. It looks good, it's in good condition. The test weight's excellent for drought corn. We were double whammied with drought and derecho. So yeah, I'm not upset with that. I wish it was better, but I had a broken leg too. While trying to run the combine, I couldn't make adjustments like I wanted, so it was an interesting fall. I did get my bin empty. It's all the way cleared out. Everything's just about set for the next round for this fall. Just leaving the broom and the shovel in there while I'm working on the next bin. I got moved over to the next bin. And I really got to give a shout out. I didn't finish cleaning it out. My cousin was staying with me, and while she was gone kayaking with her daughters and her sister, Norma and Roxanne, her husband Brian was here, and he was working from home. And while he was on vacation, he was working, because that's how you can take vacation from home, I guess. But anyway, it was a good deal for him. He got done with his work for the day. And he grew up on a farm, and he misses all this stuff, and he's been kind of coming out and doing a little bit of stuff. And he came and cleaned out the bin while I was gone, doing something else that I had to get done. I had a meeting I had to go to, and that was great. I was a little worried about doing it all by myself with my leg kind of hobbling in and out of the bin, but he got it done, and thanks, Brian. I appreciate it. That's pretty awesome. So hope everybody enjoyed this. Don't forget to leave a comment. Make sure you point out how good I am at plugging everything. And hope everybody has a great weekend. And don't forget to subscribe and like and comment and blah, blah, all that fun stuff. So we'll see you.